Now it's time to configure the ALERT205. You'll set up the system parameters and add sensors on the configuration screen. Sensor and communications options are in the center of the screen. The station parameters are on the left. The station parameters apply to the whole station, not to a specific measurement or communication device. Begin by giving your ALERT205 station a name. Tutorial will be used here. Give it a source address of 1. Every station in your ALERT2 network must have a unique source address. The self-report interval setting gives you a way to let the station indicate it is still functioning during sunny conditions by reporting back to the home station on a regular basis determined by this value. This measurement is in seconds. Clicking on the I button will display a list of common intervals. Assign each station a unique PAC bus address. 1 works for this ALERT205. To add the first sensor, select the Sensors tab, then select Add Measurement. Choose the type of sensor you wish to add. In this example, a CS475A water level sensor will be added. Click Water Level, then Radar, then CS475A. Now customize the information on the sensor. The dashboard label is the name that appears when viewing this sensor on the dashboard. It needs to be descriptive enough to allow multiple sensors of the same type to be differentiated when looking at the desktop. This one will be named CS475A_Logan. Enter the SDI12 address of the sensor. Each enabled sensor must have a unique address. Many SDI12 sensors can output multiple values. Click Enable Optional Output and select an available sensor output. In this case, select Distance Output. Enter a descriptive name for this measurement, stage_CS475A_Logan, and set the measurement units to M for meters. Continue adding sensors until all sensors have been added and configured. A warning will appear if 2 sensors have the same SDI12 address. Change the address of one of the sensors to correct the error. Once all the sensors are added, click the Wiring tab to see where to connect the sensors to the ALERT205. For the CS475A, there are 4 wires. Connect the wires to terminal D2, pins B, D, and E. The clear shield wire is attached with the black ground wire. Click the Reporting tab to set the parameters for when the station will transmit data. The sensor ID is the ALERT2 sensor ID used to identify this value in ALERT2 transmissions. Each measurement value must have a unique sensor ID. Recommended ID numbers for the sensor are shown when the I button is clicked. The change to trigger transmission value is how much the current measurement value must differ from the last transmitted value in order to trigger an event transmission. Enable or disable this by changing the setting under ALERT2 via AL200. Click the Communications tab to access the communications options for the ALERT205. By default, the AL200 is already enabled. There are also options for a cell modem, Wi-Fi, and radio communication. The AL200 is used for this tutorial. The frame length is the transmission window in milliseconds during which all the transmitters in a network transmit to the base station. This value will most likely come from your network administrator. The slot length is the amount of time allotted for transmission from this station. This value will also come from the network administrator. Leave these settings at the default value for this tutorial. The slot offset is how long after the beginning of the ALERT2 frame that the transmission window for this station begins. Each station in the network must have a unique slot offset to avoid multiple stations transmitting at the same time. For most applications, the other communication settings can be left at their default values. Once you've finished setting up your sensors and communication, it's time to apply your settings to the station. Click Apply to Station. If you would like to save this configuration for future reference or to configure more than one ALERT205 with the same setup, click Save to File. Click Click Load from File to load a previously saved configuration file. Click the Dashboard tab to see each of the sensors you've added. The next video will explore the dashboard and view the sensor data being collected.